All right, everybody. I'm Jen, and this is Zoe, and we are so happy that you're crafting with us today. So I think this is day 4 or 5? It's day 4 of the winter workshop, Kids Club winter workshop. So today we're going to be making this adorable little gnome. So I hope that you got stuff to craft with us. But as Ash mentioned a second ago, if you didn't, all of these are recorded, so you can check them out. They're posted 24 hours after the class airs. So you're welcome to go back and craft along with it when you do get your supplies. So, all right, Zoe, are you ready to go through our supplies? Okay, great. So I'm gonna go through everything that we need to get started today, and then we'll get going making this gnome. All right, first, you're gonna need some felt. So Ash, if you wouldn't mind showing my desk. All right, there we go. So you're going to need a few different kinds of felt. So for the gnomes that we're making today, we're using a dark brown, a dark green, a white, a red, and yellow. Now you can use any colors that you want for your gnomes. These are just the colors that we've picked, and we've got a variety of little noses here too, our Pom Pom noses, and we've got some sequins here. So we can decorate our gnome. The other things that you're going to need are the template. So the template, I believe Ash can drop that into the chat for you if you don't already have it. It's also part of the supply list on the instruction tab. So if you're, if you go to our website, you can find it there. We're going to be cutting those out and then drawing them onto the felt. And then you're going to want some kind of markers. I like the Creatology, just the 10 count. I'm only going to use the black one today, just tracing the templates on the felt. And then you're going to want some popsicle sticks. So you can use the thin ones, which I do have some thin ones here, but I've actually decided to use the thick ones. It holds the little gnome up better. It stabilizes the felt a little bit more. So that's the one I chose. And then some kind of white glue. I love this glitter and sequin glue. It's really for everything. I just like it because it has like a really nice applicator. It works really well for small stuff like this and for the sequins and the pom-poms. So and then scissors. So your age appropriate Creatology scissors. There's some for little kids, some for big kids, and that's pretty much all we're gonna need, right, Zoe? All right.
Can I use the big?
You want a big scissors? Those are my scissors, man. You got to use these. Sorry. All right. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up this template. So Zoe and I have decided we're gonna split it up. So help us move faster. She's going to cut up one gnome and I'm going to cut up the other. And then once we get those cut out, we'll be able to start tracing onto our felt.
So we have a couple of people wondering if you can use something other than felt if you don't have felt.
Oh, absolutely. So you could use, the first obvious easy thing that most people have around the house is going to be construction paper or cardstock, that's already colored. The other thing that works really well is foam. So if you have the kids craft foam, that stuff is awesome and it actually holds up really well. But yeah, any kind of paper. Now, little tip. So sometimes you're super light on craft supplies and you don't have a whole lot. But if you've got, white paper, any kind of mixed media white paper that's thicker than, copy paper, basically, you can take that and you can actually go ahead and cut out the pieces. And then you can color the gnome. So using your markers, your crayons, your watercolor paints, whatever kind of coloring tool that you have, you can actually color your gnome that way as well. Good question, though. Are there any other supply concerns? I was a little worried about the sequins or maybe the pom-poms.
I'm actually I'm not finding the link for the class on the website right now, so I can't find the template.
What? Let me drop it in the chat
Oh,
then.
thank you so much. I apologize. I don't know why
No,
it's not coming up
not a
for me.
problem.
Maybe because it's already started, but
All right. I just dropped the link right there in the chat for you.
thank you so much.
No problem. That'll take you to the craft puppet. And there's the first tab under the picture says supplies. It just talks about all the stuff that we're using for the class. But the second tab says instructions. And when you go to that tab, the very first instruction should have the hyperlink to the template. It says first click here. And if you click on the word here, it takes you straight to that template that we're cutting up right now. And some of you guys are probably like really great artists. And if you want to freehand the gnome yourself, that is amazing. So don't think that you have to have a template. If you're a really good artist and you just want to draw your gnome and cut them out, that is amazing. I will be cutting out the template myself, just because I don't think my free-handed gnome is going to be quite as good as if I do the template. All right, almost done here with my little gnome. Zoe's moving along too here. So something else that I should have mentioned before we started cutting, but if you haven't started cutting yet, before you cut your gnomes apart, I would actually number, so you can see here, I've numbered each little piece with the number 2 or the number 1 so that you know which piece goes with which gnome. Let's see, somebody's saying they don't see the template, so I'm dropping it back in the chat. So sometimes when people are talking, the chat moves really quick and it may be way up. You may have to scroll, but I just dropped it in again. Ashley, you can grab it too and drop it in occasionally, or there may be a way to link it, like where it stays anchored. I don't actually know.
I've copied it, so I'll just drop it in there from time to time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, perfect. Can use googly eyes. Yeah. If you want to give your, so typically gnomes, like the funny part about the gnome is like they're all like basically belly, beard, and hat, and then you get their big nose. But if you want to give them googly eyes, you go right ahead. So maybe this is one of the rare gnomes whose eyes you get to see.
Can I use googly?
Yeah, you can use googly eyes too. Okay, so I've got my hat, I've got my hair, or you can use that as your face. So for those of you that are doing eyes, like this little oval right here is the skin tone or the hair color, whichever. So I did mine with no eyes, and so it's my little gnome has blonde hair or kind of orangey hair. I was trying to make him a redhead, but my yellow was more yellow than orange. So and then you've got your body, which is the circle, and then the beard, which is the more pointy part, or in the case of Zoe's, it's the one that has the jagged sides on it. And then the 2 little ovals are the feet. So so anyway, we're going to I'm going to go through these in the colors that I have selected, but again, feel free to use different colors. Like if you don't have this colored felt or paper, or you just want a different colored gnome, that's perfectly fine. There are no rules about, it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so let me start with the feet. So Zoe, do you want to do this with me, or do you want me to do yours and then let you cut it out?
I want to do mine.
You want to do yours? Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you the black marker. So let me show you. Are you paying attention? Watch how you got to do this. All right, so I'm just going to take a little piece of felt. You don't need a ton for these little feet. And then you're laying your ovals. I'm going to do one at a time, but you want to make sure that there's enough space to lay both of your ovals with a little space in between. Because what you're doing is you're going to trace around these ovals with your black marker. And again, I'm just using the washable Creatology marker. These are amazing. It's going to be kind of hard to see on this brown just because it's kind of dark on dark, but you'll be able to see it really well when I get to the white or the yellow. So I'm tracing my first oval foot and then my second. So see, Zoe, how I'm holding my finger on the paper, and then look, see how my paper moved? And then I know right where to put it back and hold it down again so that I can start again and keep going around until I have an oval. See? So now I've got 2 ovals. You can kind of see it there. All right, so now you do yours. So take your little ovals, just like I did mine, and you're gonna draw around them. Okay, so while she's doing that, I'm gonna cut mine out. Just be careful using your scissors here, especially on stuff like this where you're cutting really small and kind of close to your fingers. You just want to be extra, extra careful cutting. All right, I've got my first little foot. Now, the nice thing is you've drawn on one side of this, but once you flip it over, you won't be able to see it. Now, if you are using paper, I would actually recommend that you use a pencil to do the tracing. And the reason why is your marker will probably bleed through your paper if you don't. So if you're using paper or something that's not felt or foam, you're going to want to use a pencil or a pen that's not going to bleed through. All right, so I'm going to move my feet to the side because they're done. There's my 2 little brown shoes right there. And then next, let's do the body. All right, so the body, I'm using this dark green. All right, and now Zoe, your body, you said you wanted your body to be red. So let me cut my dark green and then I'll cut your red. So again, I'm just cutting, you know, a little swatch out here that's bigger than the template that I'm using. That way I don't have this whole green thing getting in my way. And then Zoe, your hat's gonna be green, you said. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut you some green. So I got you a bigger piece because your hat is bigger. So
All right, so we've had a couple requests that you slow down a tiny bit. And then a couple of people had said they didn't have pom poms. What if you cut a circle out of paper or felt, whatever you're using to do the nose or the,
absolutely. Yeah,
so.
you can absolutely use whatever material that you're using to craft the gnome. You can keep using that to build your gnome.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
And same with the sequins. Like if you don't have sequins, you can do embellishments on there. You can use glitter, you can use foam stickers, like really just, you're really just using, you know, what you have available. Oh, do you need the marker? There you go. All right. Here, can I move your little trash pieces? Okay. What, so you said that did somebody need me to go back a step, or was there something missed?
No, just a general, please slow down. That was what we got.
Okay. All right, so I will draw slower. And it is okay if we all craft at different speeds too. I think Zoe and I craft at very different speeds. All right, so I've just, again, traced all the way around here. So I'm gonna hold it up where you can see. So there's my circle. This is my gnome's body. And then I'm gonna set my template aside and cut my shape out. And the other cool thing about this project is you've got a lot of shapes. I mean, you've got basically 2 different types of triangles, an oval and a circle and some smaller ovals. And so it's one of the things that we do this a lot when we're drawing at home. We talk about, like, you know, instead of feeling overwhelmed about maybe something looks difficult to draw, we kind of break it down into different shapes and we say, okay, you know, well, this is easy to draw this cat if you think about this cat as a bunch of triangles and rectangles. So that's kind of how you have to look at these little gnomes too. They're really designed the same way. All right. Oh, good hat, Zoe. All right. You can put them by your shoes. All right. So next, let's go ahead and do the beards. So I'm going to cut white for both of us. And again, if you don't want a white bearded gnome, that's fine. You can do. You don't? we're gonna do white today because that was the color you picked ahead of time, and I don't have any other colors ready. But you know what? We'll make another gnome later, and we can have a pink beard if you want. I knew you'd like
How
that.
about a rainbow?
A rainbow beard? Okay. All right. So again, just putting your template on top. This one you'll be able to see really easily because this is the white felt. So just carefully going around your template. Don't worry if you get your paper off at all. You can so if you get it off like that, you can easily just put your paper right back inside those lines and then just hold it down and keep going. So don't distress if your paper moves on your felt or whatever you're drawing onto a little bit. All right, any other questions, Ash?
We just had someone ask if you could restart the legs.
I'm sorry, the what?
The legs or the feet.
When you say restart the feet?
I think maybe like they need to see which shapes you used as the feet.
Oh yeah, sure.
And
So
how
the
like
small,
you put them in front of the circle or behind it.
so we haven't constructed yet. So right now I'm just going through the cutting process. So I cut all of my shapes out, I get everything ready, and then we'll go through and construct it all at one time. But yes, the little feet are these little ovals on the template. So the small ovals, and you don't have to cut both of them out. They're the same size. If you just want to cut one little template, you can do both feet.
Cora.
I know we're about to have a kitty guest here if we're not careful. All right. Okay. So yeah, and I cut my little feet out of brown. You can do black, like black boots. You can do any color that you want at all. Okay. Now, so this is my gnome's beard. So you have your beard. Okay. Wow, you're ahead of me, man. Okay, so I guess you'll have to wait for me to cut my little beard.
Yeah.
So let's see, your hat is green, which means your little body is going to be red. So after the beard, I'm going to get us the red because my hat will be red, but your gnome's body will be red. Like he's maybe Santa. Secret.
What?
He's secretly Santa.
Hmm.
All right. Okay, so there's my little beard, and the black is gonna show through on one side. So again, just make sure you're using the side that doesn't have the marker on it. Okay, red, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna need a long piece because I have a hat, and you're gonna need a square because you have a circle. There we go. Okay. So let me make sure that my hat will fit on here. And then where's your circle? Oh no, your circle. Your circle.
I want my home.
I'm gonna do at an angle so that we both fit on here. There you go. Okay, now draw around your circle, and I'm gonna draw around my hat. Okay. We should have gotten some pink and purple felt. We could have made some even more festive gnomes. Okay. Oh, see, I got my template off. That's okay. Straighten it back up, and we're back in business. And it doesn't pay to go quickly with your marker on the felt.
There.
Look at you.
Now I can have this.
You are so fast.
Yeah.
Yep. As soon as I'm done with this. Okay. You want a little piece of yellow
Yeah.
for your hair. I'll go ahead and cut mine out too. What are some, so since we had people asking about other materials, that leads me to believe that others are using different stuff. So what are some of the other materials you guys are using? You guys can put it in the chat, or probably the chat would be the best place to put it. Let us know, and let us know if you're making some other characters too, because I know you guys like to make other things along with the project that we're making. So I'm sure there's some Santas and reindeers and snowmen out there happening too.
So we do have a couple more questions coming in.
Sure.
We have someone wanting to be reminded what the oval piece is supposed to be, the part that's underneath the beard, I'm thinking.
Yep.
Not
so
the little feet ovals.
Yeah, so there's the little feet ovals, but the larger oval is just going to be either the hair, or if you were wanting to use googly eyes and give the gnome eyes, that becomes your skin color, and that's the face. It's up to you.
Awesome. Then we had some cool suggestions. Someone has said, can we add white cotton balls to the beard, maybe to make it that really nice texture?
Absolutely.
And then
Especially good if you're not using felt. So if you're having to use paper and you want to give it some extra texture, that's an amazing way to do that. That's a great suggestion.
Okay, someone's making a girl gnome. That's really cute. Marley is using foam instead of felt.
Yep.
And then Alexa would like to know what kind of glue to use.
So you can use any kind of just like the regular white glue. So again, I'm using the Creatology glitter and sequin glue. I like it because it has like a really nice applicator tip. You can also use Elmer's glue. And if you have a grown-up there and your grown-up has a hot glue gun and they want to help you put your gnome together, you can also use hot glue or glue dots. But we will be using the white glue. Oh, I'm sorry. Zoe's informed me she wants to use her pink glitter glue. So she will be using her Elmer's pink glitter glue. I should have guessed. Okay, so let's go through the pieces again now that we have it all cut out, because I know some of you guys are still cutting, and that's perfectly fine, because it takes a little bit of time and you want to do it carefully. So all right, so Zoe, you want to lay out your pieces with me? So we have our hat. Your hat's green, my hat's red. Okay. We have the body, the round little body. Yours is red, mine is green. And then we have the oval of hair or face, whichever you're choosing. And we have the beard. And I'll construct this later, so don't worry about the order or anything. We'll go through it. I just want to make sure I have all the parts that we need. And then you've got your two little feet, which will go down here at the bottom. Yours is very cute. That is one cute gnome. My goodness. Okay. Now for the sticks and the construction. So again, we talked about the sticks a little bit in the beginning. I'll go through this again and I'll give you a visual here. So a regular popsicle stick, like that comes in your popsicle, is this size. And then there's also a wide popsicle stick. Now, there is no reason that either one of these wouldn't work. So you use whichever one you have. If you have both, like I do, actually I have some others that are not these. I like the wide one because I feel like the wide one gives just a little bit more stability. Because the felt can be kind of bendy. But again, it is perfectly fine to use the other one. All right, so Zoe, here's your stick. And you've got your glue. So the first thing that I want to do is kind of put my gnome together in the way that it's going to go on the stick. So I would start with your body and then you're gonna put your beard down, and you're not gluing, so I don't want you guys to put glue on it yet. I just want to construct it so that you guys can kind of see how it goes together. So you put your body down, and then you're putting your beard on it, and the beard can either touch the bottom or it can go a little past the bottom of the body like that. So see how it can point down over here, and we'll not do it on the stick yet. So you can point it down over the body, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, then you have your little hair slash face, whichever one you want to do, and it goes on the top of the beard. So what you want is you want to put it so that the top of the oval kind of matches the top of the beard. So see, Zoe, you want to lay it on top of the beard. So think of it as you're building like a pizza and you're just putting things on top of the other. Okay, and then the last thing here that goes on this layer is going to be your hat. And your hat goes halfway over your oval. So you want half of the oval sticking out at the bottom, and the other half will be covered by your hat. Now, you've got your little feet, and I'm going to say I saved the feet for last. I put my little feet together in the middle, and they're going to go slightly under the body, and the point of the beard should come right to the middle where your 2 feet come together in the middle.
Okay, we have a couple questions.
No problem.
Someone would like to know if you can use something other than sticks.
If you're doing puppets, yeah. So you can upcycle and make this. So you can take any kind of cardboard that you have, and you can make like a cardboard stick. You could do this by using something like a cereal box or a cracker box. If you feel like the cardboard's too thin, you can glue a couple of pieces together, but use the brown side, not the print side, so that, you know, it looks like a little brown stick. If you don't care that it's a puppet and you want to make these little gnomes, like you could create a scene, and you can actually take like mixed media paper, and you can glue your gnomes onto the mixed media paper, and you can make like a you know,
Little winter scene with some gnomes.
Exactly.
That'd be really cute.
Yep. And then lastly, and only because this is felt and takes me childhood, you can take a felt, like a big felt sheet like this. You can lay out a felt sheet, and you can actually stick other pieces of felt onto it, and they stick. So you could put your gnomes together, and if you wanted to do different kinds of gnomes, you could almost treat this like a, you know, Mr. Potato Head, where you just build different gnomes and they're sticking to your felt sheet. See? So like it kind of acts like a, oh, I tipped it too far. It kind of acts like a, you know, it's like clinging to the foam, so, or the felt. So you can actually do that, and then you could mix and match, and you could build a whole little gnome village, and you could switch them out if you wanted to.
So we also have just other people saying they don't have sticks. What if you put a little string on the top of their hat? They could be like an ornament, or, you know,
Yep.
even not even just during the holidays, you could hang it up in your room, you know,
Yep.
on your doorknob or something. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
definitely don't need the sticks, but it's great if you want to do puppets, right?
Yes. Yeah. For the puppets, you're going to want the sticks or some kind of upcycled cardboard of some kind. But yes, for all of the other things, like, I mean, use your creativity. That's the beauty of these projects, is like, I don't know that I've ever encountered one that has to be done exactly the way that it's written out. There's usually tons of flexibility in these projects. Okay, so now that we've kind of like dry constructed our gnome, I'm going to put the stick on top of the gnome just to kind of see where I want, like, so that I know how much I want to stick out and how much is going to be up underneath the gnome itself. So I like to have the stick touch all the different parts of the felt. So that means if I'm gluing the feet on, which I'm going to do first, then I know exactly where I need to put those feet because I've, here, yep. There we go. You do it like that. So now I know exactly where to put that glue dot because that's where I've laid my stick. All right, so I'm gonna make like a nice wide glue line where I'm putting the feet. I'll do yours in a second, okay though? And you're gonna be fairly generous. I mean, don't be crazy with the glue, but be fairly generous because the felt is going to soak up the glue. Now, if you are using paper, you do not have to be this generous. In fact, I would almost recommend that for gluing paper alone, you're using a glue stick instead of wet glue because wet glue is going to start to kind of crinkle your paper. All right, so Zoe, I'm going to put your line right here, just like I did mine. And then you're going to stick your feet in it, just like I did, okay? You want to do it or you want me to do it? You want me to do it? Okay. So again, we're just putting the feet into the middle so that they're centered on the stick and pressing them down into the glue. All right, now I'm going to run glue up the stick here because I'm gonna stick the body on it next. So think about how you're working from back to front. So the thing that was in the back was the feet, and the next thing that's in the back is the body. So I'm going to put the body here, and the body is going to touch the top of the feet, and it should leave a tiny little bit of stick poking out over the top of the body. Okay, so we're going to do Zoe's. And I put, again, quite a bit of glue because the felt is going to soak it up. In fact, you can kind of see it soaking through on this screen. All right, so Zoe, I'm going to put yours down here, just like that. Press it down into the glue. Perfect. Now, next we're going to do the beard. So I'm going to run a new line up here. And then I'm actually going to put a little bit on the beard before I stick it down, because again, it's going to soak right on up because of this felt. All right. And again, I put that beard so that it's pointing down just a little bit over the shoes. So the point of the beard will be in the middle of the feet and it pokes down over the belly line. So the body, or there we go. You can kind of see it now. So the green's sticking on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to do yours. We're going to run some up the middle, and then I'm going to make some on the sides here. And then see, it's already soaking. Oh yeah, here. Here, I'm going to put a little bit more on there because it's already soaking into your felt. Okay, put it down. Press it. Not too hard, but just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now we have feet first, body next, and then beard third. Okay, and then now we're gonna do the hair, or the face. So again, your choice on if you want it to be the face, so you can put googly eyes, or if you want it to be just the hair. So I'm actually going to put it on the top here of the beard. And again, being generous, and then match it so that the hair goes to the end of the beard. So you don't want the beard sticking out past the hair. Like this. Okay. And then the very last is you're going to put the hat. So remember how we talked about the hat covers half of the oval. So when you're putting the glue on, this one's important that you stay above the halfway mark. So you're just going to put the glue on the top. So Zoe, I'm going to do your oval here. So you put your oval down, and then I'm going to do my hat. So my hat's going down here like that. Okay. And again, pressing not so hard. Oh, we got glitter glue coming out, people. Got the glitter glue. Oh, sorry. And then Zoe's situating the hat on her gnome. Great job. Okay, now I would not advise that anyone pick up their gnome by the stick at this point. because that glue has got to take some time to set. So the only exception would be is if your grown-up is helping you and they have used hot glue. So hot glue is going to dry a lot faster, or glue dots will dry faster. And that you can pick up a little faster. But if you're using the white glue like we are, don't pick them up yet because the felt's going to fall away. So, all right. Next is the nose. So we have a nice little assortment here of pom-poms. So Zoe, what color nose do you, so I gave this one a pink nose, but there's like blue, there's purple, there's a gray.
A gray.
Yeah, like a gray nose.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I actually kind of like that gray nose. I think I'm gonna use the gray. All right, so pom-poms and whoa, that is crazy. Pom-poms and felt are like super sponges. So this pom-pom is going to act as bad or worse than your felt about soaking up the glue. So again, with the generosity of glue, like you're going to want to put a little bit on there and apply a little bit of pressure. And don't be sad if it comes up and you have to re-glue it. Sometimes it helps to let the glue kind of set and then put a little bit more glue on there. So you could even put a little bit there and let it soak in and then do it again. Oh, yours is cute. Look at that. Zoe's already finished hers.
Googly eyes.
You want to do googly eyes on yours? Okay, we'll get some. Okay.
Can I pick which one?
Yep. Pick which eyes you want.
These are so cute.
Yep. Some of them are very small. All right. So see, my glue's soaked into my felt. So now I can hit it with some more glue and pop that nose on there. And again, just kind of sitting it in there lightly, pressing down just enough to get it seated where I want, but not so much that it's squishing out. And then if you want, you can be done with your gnome, or you can use a marker or whatever to paint decorations on your gnome. Or in this case, I've got some sequins, so I'm going to put some sequins on my gnome. But maybe let us know in the chat, like if you've got some ideas of how you want to decorate your gnome that we haven't talked about, because there are just tons of ways.
And I have the black marker.
You have the black marker, it's right over there. There are tons of ways to decorate things, so I would love to hear what you guys are doing while I glue my sequins on. Oh, we've got a gnome with a mouth. That is adorable. Look at that gnome. That is so cute. I won't pick it up because I don't want it to fall. Oh, I guess I could pick it up. Just put my hand under it. Okay.
I'm not finished.
No, I just want to show it off. I think it's super cute. Look at that little gnome. Does he have a name? Okay, you think about it. All right, keep decorating then if you're not done. Go ahead.
Johnny.
Johnny the gnome. Okay. Johnny the gnome. All right, so I'm just gonna put some dots out here, kind of where I want my sequins to be.
Now I want
And again, if you're doing something else, we would love to hear what you guys are doing. If you're not doing sequins.
Do you have any napkins?
Yes. It's always good to have paper towels hanging about. There we go. All right. Nobody else is doing anything other than sequins, I guess. All right.
I'm not seeing anything in chat quite yet, but
Yeah,
my
that's
daughter
okay.
made her gnome and he has no sparkles, but she did do a mouth and a belt over his beard. So
Oh, I love it. I love the
oh,
belt.
okay.
Yeah.
Somebody says gems. Oh,
Ooh,
Marley
yeah.
says gems, and Thomas says jewel stickers that they're using. That sounds really handy.
Oh yeah, I like the jewel stickers. That's a great idea. We have one of those too.
Oh, and glitter glue.
Oh yes, glitter glue. Yes, glitter glue. We are big fans of glitter glue in this house.
So we have a question asking if someone can make arms for their gnome.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to make arms, like you you can use the same color, and I would just, so like earlier, how we were talking about shapes and thinking in terms of shapes. The arms, if they're sitting beside the body, like think of them as little bananas that just kind of curve in with the body. So when you're thinking about drawing that shape, think of like just the shape of a banana, and you can cut the arms like that, and then you could just glue them on the side. Or you can even glue them up so that the banana's going up, and then you can put little mittens on them. So the gnome has maybe little mittens, like little Christmas mittens. That would work too.
All right, we've got some more answers to what they're using. Kareem is using real gems.
Oh, wow.
And then Tegan is taking a pom pom and spreading it out on the beard.
Oh, okay.
Sounds pretty cool too.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Marley's putting buttons on the body. That's
Buttons
cute
on the
too.
body. That's super cute. I'll see my little hat has soaked up all the glue. So see, it's doing it to me. Don't fret. Like I said, if you guys have to apply the glue a couple of times, like don't worry about it. It's not that you did anything wrong. It is just the nature of this felt likes to drink the glue like water.
Have some of the tiny ones.
Yeah, take as many as you want. All right, so do we have any other questions about the gnomes? I did see somebody ask how they show the gnomes. So get your grown-up to post it on Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media sites, and you can do hashtag make it with Michaels, hashtag Michaels classes, and everybody can see your gnome, but also you can see others' gnomes when they post them as well. So it's a great way that we like to share all the crafts that we're making for Kids Club. So any last questions?
It doesn't look like we have any more questions.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward little guy.
They're adorable.
Do you mind dropping the link to the project one more time in the chat?
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
If for anybody that wasn't able to craft along with us, or if you want to go back and do it again, like this will give you a way to, you can click on that link and save the project on your browser. And then I do want to kind of talk a little bit about what's coming up. So I think I mentioned at the beginning that we are on day 4 of the Kids Club Winter Workshop, which means that we have, I think, 8 more days left. And tomorrow on Sunday, we have Susan, who's going to be doing the folded paper candles. So again, that's a really good one because that one is largely construction paper, craft paper that you're using to make that one. And then the day after that on Monday, we've got Kristen, who's going to be teaching the foam Christmas trees. So making 3D foam Christmas trees, which are awesome. And then we've got all kinds of other things like penguins and pop-up cards and how to draw winter frames so you can frame a picture of you or your family or somebody you love, and a number of others throughout the next 8 days. So we would love to see you guys again and love for you to come craft with us some more. And if you can't make one of the craft times, not a big deal. We're posting all of the classes online 24 hours after they happen. So you can go back to that class page. Do you mind, Ash, dropping that one back in the winter workshop landing page? And you can go there and you can sign up for any of the other classes if you haven't already, but you can also see what's up next and you can grab those videos. So if you miss a day or two, you can always go back and craft along with the videos. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, well, one last call out for questions. Otherwise, I will bid you all farewell until tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, Zoe said her gnome has gotten into the candy and there is candy in his beard.
Oh my goodness.
That, what a naughty little got into the candy. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, all right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you guys again. It has been amazing. I really appreciate you guys who took time out of your busy Saturdays to come join Zoe and I. And I hope to see you guys some more. So have a great rest of your day, and we will see you guys later.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to check out the upcoming classes at michaels.com. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.